Chosen one, if you are hearing these words right now, know that this is not a coincidence. God has led you here for a reason. He has been waiting, watching, and guiding you toward this exact moment. The message you are about to hear will change your life forever, but only if you listen and take action. There is no more time to hesitate. God has been patient, but He is now calling you to step up. You have been given signs, dreams, and moments of deep knowing, yet you may still be holding back. The truth is, you cannot afford to delay any longer. This is your final step, your last chance to fully embrace the path God has designed for you. This is not just another message. This is a warning. If you do not take action, you risk staying stuck in struggle, confusion, and pain. But if you truly open your heart and commit to what God is asking of you, then the doors of miracles and blessings will open before you. You were not made for a life of doubt and fear. You were made to lead, to shine, and to fulfill a powerful mission. The enemy has been trying to keep you blind, distracting you with worries, negativity, and fear. But today, all of that ends. You are being called to make a choice. Stay where you are and continue struggling, or step into the divine plan that has already been written for you. There is no middle ground. This is not a test. It is a wake-up call from heaven. God is waiting for you, but He will not wait forever. The time has come. You must act now. The spiritual world is moving fast. The battle between good and evil is intensifying, and the chosen ones are being called to step forward. This is not just about you. Your obedience to God's plan affects more than just your own life. It affects your family, your purpose, and even generations after you. Every moment you wait, you are allowing darkness to have power over your destiny. Every time you doubt, you are delaying the blessings that were meant for you. This is why the urgency is real, because your future depends on the decision you make right now. God has been whispering to your spirit, sending you messages in different ways.
Have you noticed how certain numbers, words, or events keep repeating in your life? These are not coincidences. They are divine signals guiding you towards your purpose. But here's the danger. If you ignore these messages, you will feel the consequences.
God does not punish His children, but He allows them to experience the weight of their own choices. Many people live their entire lives in regret because they refused to listen when God called them. They stayed in toxic relationships, meaningless jobs, and situations that drained their souls, all because they were too afraid to take the leap of faith. You do not have the luxury of waiting anymore. The time for hesitation is over. God is not going to force you, but He is making it clear. Act now or stay stuck. Choose faith or choose fear. Move forward or remain lost. This is not just about avoiding struggle. It's about unlocking your full destiny. You were meant for greatness, and that greatness cannot come to life until you take the step God is asking of you. Some people will ignore this message, thinking they have more time. They will wait until the perfect moment, but that moment will never come. And by the time they realize the truth, it will be too late. God is calling you now. This is your moment. Do not let it slip away. You may have felt lost, unsure, or even abandoned at times. But let me tell you something. God has never left your side. He has been patiently waiting for you to wake up, to recognize the power and purpose He has placed inside of you. Every struggle, every tear, every moment of confusion has been leading you to this moment. You see, God does not rush His chosen ones, but He also does not wait forever. There comes a time when you must step into who you were always meant to be. And that time is now. How many times have you felt something inside of you pushing you forward? A dream, a passion, a deep knowing that you were meant for something more. That was not just your imagination. That was God placing divine instruction inside your spirit. But here's the truth. God cannot move in your life until you take action. You have been praying, asking, and waiting for a breakthrough. But what if I told you that your breakthrough has already been released? What if I told you that the only thing stopping it from manifesting is your hesitation? God has already prepared everything you need. The opportunities, the resources, the connections, the favor, it is all waiting for you. But it cannot reach you if you refuse to step forward. You must move first. This is the way faith works. God does not show you the entire plan. He asks you to trust Him enough to take the first step. And once you do, the path becomes clear. The problem is that too many chosen ones get stuck in fear. They think, what if I fail? What if I'm not ready? What if I lose everything? But these questions are not from God. They are tricks from the enemy, designed to keep you paralyzed. The only thing you should be asking is, what if I don't do this? Because if you don't, you will stay in the same cycle of struggle. You will keep wondering, what if? You will watch others rise while you remain stuck in place. And worst of all, you will feel the heavy burden of knowing you had a chance to step into your purpose, but you let it slip away. God has been patient, but now He is saying, move or miss out, trust or stay stuck. Choose your future now. This is not about trying. This is about deciding. The moment you make the decision to trust, everything will start to shift in your favor. The right people will come. The right doors will open. You will step into the divine flow of blessings that were always meant for you. But it all starts with one thing, your action. Will you take the final step? Will you trust God completely? Or will you let another day go by, carrying the weight of hesitation? The time is now. God is waiting, but not for long. Many chosen ones live their entire lives wondering why nothing is changing. They feel stuck, lost, and frustrated, unable to understand why their prayers seem unanswered. But the truth is, God has already answered. He has already provided everything needed to step into the next level. The only thing missing? Action. Ignoring God's call doesn't mean He will punish you, but it does mean you will feel the weight of your hesitation. Every time you refuse to act, you invite more struggle, more confusion, and more delay into your life. This is not because God wants you to suffer, but because you are not aligned with the path that leads to your blessings. You may have already noticed this pattern. Opportunities come, but you hesitate. Doors open, but you are too afraid to walk through them. You keep asking God for clarity, but He has already shown you the way. You just haven't taken it. So what happens if you keep waiting? Your dreams will remain just dreams. You will see others move forward while you stay in the same place, wondering why nothing is working for you. You will carry unnecessary burdens. Struggles that were meant to be temporary lessons will become permanent because you refuse to release them. You will feel disconnected from your true purpose. Something inside you will always feel off, incomplete, as if you are meant for more but don't know how to reach it. God does not force anyone into their destiny. He invites you. But if you ignore His invitation long enough, that door will eventually close. And when it does, the pain of regret will be far greater than the fear of taking action. This is your wake-up call. There is no more time to waste. The life God has prepared for you is waiting, but it requires your courage. You have felt the signs. You have heard the call. Now is the moment to respond. You may be asking yourself, what exactly does God want me to do? The answer is simple. He wants you to trust Him completely, not just in words, not just in prayer, but in action. Faith is not just believing. It is moving forward even when you don't have all the answers. This is where many chosen ones get stuck. They keep waiting for perfect clarity, for a visible sign, for a guarantee that everything will work out. But that is not how faith works. Look at the great leaders in the Bible: Moses, Abraham, David, Esther. None of them had the full picture when God called them, but they stepped forward anyway. And as they moved, God revealed the next steps. This is your final step. Stop overthinking. Stop doubting yourself. Stop waiting. Take the next step in faith, whether it's starting that business, leaving that toxic situation, or finally committing to the path God has been showing you. Let go of fear. Let go of what if. Let go of needing to control every outcome. God is saying, move, and I will guide you. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just need to start. When you finally take that first step, you will feel the shift. Doors that were closed will open. People who were against you will fall away. New opportunities will appear, not by accident, but because God has been waiting for you to align with His plan. The moment you choose to act, you set miracles in motion. The moment you say yes to God, everything changes. There is one key difference between those who live in God's blessings and those who remain stuck: obedience. Obedience is not about following rules. It's about trusting that God knows what is best for you. When you choose to obey, you activate the supernatural power of God in your life. Think about this. When Peter walked on water, it wasn't because he had special abilities. It was because he obeyed when Jesus said, "Come." The moment he stepped out of the boat, he did something impossible. This is the same for you. God is calling you out of your comfort zone. He is telling you to step forward in faith. If you listen, you will experience the impossible. But if you hesitate, if you let fear control you, then you will stay stuck in the boat, watching others walk into their blessings while you remain in doubt. God rewards obedience. When you listen, He provides. When you move, He guides. When you trust, He makes a way where there is no way. Disobedience delays destiny. Not because God wants to withhold blessings, but because you are not in position to receive them. A seed that is never planted can never grow. A door that is never knocked on will never open. Some people pray for abundance but refuse to follow the path that leads to it. Some people pray for love but refuse to heal from their past. Some people pray for guidance but refuse to move their feet. You cannot ask God for miracles and then refuse to obey when He tells you how to receive them. If you want to see true transformation, you must surrender fully. No more halfway obedience. No more delaying. No more excuses. God is calling you higher. Will you listen? Many chosen ones spend their lives waiting for the perfect moment. But the truth is, there is no perfect moment. This is one of the biggest mistakes people make when stepping into their divine calling. They believe that they need more time, more preparation, more confirmation before they take action. But God does not call the prepared. He prepares the called. If you keep waiting until you feel ready, you will never start. If you keep waiting for everything to be perfect, you will never move. This is exactly what the enemy wants, to keep you trapped in hesitation, making you believe that you have more time than you actually do. The more you delay, the more you fall into the cycle of confusion, doubt, and spiritual exhaustion. Waiting does not build faith. Action does. Every major blessing, breakthrough, and transformation in the Bible happened when someone took action, before they had all the answers. Noah built the ark before he ever saw rain. Abraham left his home without knowing where he was going. Peter stepped out of the boat before he knew he could walk on water. God moves when you move. Right now, there is something you know you need to do. God has already told you. But are you still waiting for one more sign? Are you still asking for confirmation when you already know the answer? The biggest mistake is not trusting that God has already given you everything you need. You don't need another delay. You need obedience. The moment you fully surrender and take that leap of faith, everything in your life will begin to shift. You will start to see doors open that you never imagined possible. Resources, connections, and opportunities will suddenly appear, as if out of nowhere. But it's not luck. It's not a coincidence. It's alignment. You were never meant to struggle forever. The battles, the trials, and the waiting season were all meant to prepare you for the moment when you finally say, "Yes, God, I trust you completely." When you surrender, you unlock divine favor. Things that once seemed impossible will start to happen effortlessly. Supernatural protection. You will be shielded from setbacks, betrayals, and unnecessary pain. Peace beyond understanding. Worry and fear will leave because you will know that God has already made a way for you. But the greatest transformation will happen within you. You will feel lighter, stronger, and more confident in your path. When you say yes to God, you are saying yes to abundance, clarity, and miracles. The waiting is over. Now is the time to step into your destiny. Many people trust God in some areas but struggle to trust Him with everything. It's easy to trust God when things are going well, but what about when you don't see the results yet? What about when things feel uncertain or when fear tries to creep in? True faith is trusting God even when you don't understand the plan. This is the final step, giving God control over your entire life, not just parts of it. Trust Him with your finances. He is your provider. Trust Him with your relationships. He knows who belongs in your life. Trust Him with your purpose. He has already prepared the way. When you let go of control and fully surrender, you step into a flow of divine guidance, protection, and provision. God never fails. His timing is perfect. His plan is greater than anything you could ever imagine. This is your time to stop forcing things and start flowing with Him. You are standing at a crossroads. On one side is the life you have always known, a life of hesitation, struggle, and uncertainty. On the other side is the life God has been calling you to, a life of clarity, purpose, and supernatural abundance. Which one will you choose? This is your final call. God has already shown you the signs. He has already given you the instructions. Now it's up to you. If you are truly ready to step into your destiny, declare it now. Type, "I am ready" in the comments. Say it out loud. Let God hear you. This is your moment. Your future is waiting. God is waiting. It's time to rise. It's time to take the final step. No more fear. No more delay. The time is now.